Hey everybody, I'm Amber.
And I'm Maddie.
And we're
Witches Talking Tarot.
And tonight we are talking about astral projection, that out-of-body experience where you have control, somewhat control, no control, but that's exactly what we're going to talk about tonight.
It's almost like you are a ghost.
Yeah, like,
speaking of pop culture, Ghost Dad.
Oh my god, I haven't seen Ghost Dad.
I haven't seen it in
years.
I haven't seen it in probably 15 years or so. I just remember the dad got into a car accident and he's like a ghost, but he's not really. He's in a coma, astral projecting. Right?
Wait, what?
Is that not what happened?
Dude, you know how long it's been since I've seen
Yeah,
Ghost Dad?
that's what I'm pretty sure.
It's been like 21 years. Like,
I'm pretty sure that's like everybody. He's like, I don't know what's going on. I think I'm dead. What's going on? Blah blah blah. He ends up contacting his kids. They're trying to find him. Turns out he was in a car accident. He had gone missing. Nobody knew where he was. He was
a guy.
Yeah, he was He was a John Doe in the.
I do not remember enough of this movie. I have
to look it up, but I'm pretty sure.
I just remember him flying around. But.
Because I remember him walking into his like body.
Huh. And I'm not denying that. I'm just like, really? He wasn't dead? I don't remember that.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different movie because I'm like, yes. Okay, I was so right. Okay. No. Oh, no. I just had to look it up to make sure I wasn't wrong. Yes, he was wrongly identified as the hospital as Birch, so he was able to return to his body and wake up. So it was a happy ending. And I have to applaud the writers because I didn't see that coming. How the fuck do you make a happy ending with a movie called Ghost Dad? They fucking did it.
Dude, they didn't do it that well because I remember it as he's dead.
Oh, shit. No.
Little kid me never... I don't remember that. But that's okay. Like, I don't know. But the thing about astral projection that I do like is that I do remember that. I don't have that much control over it when I'm sleeping and I do it. But I remember what happens. Because, like, I'm always afraid of how to get back.
Sometimes I have control, sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
It totally, no, I mean, that's not how it is for me. I feel like how some people could. There are some times I know when I am, and there are some times where it doesn't make sense. But the one thing that sticks out to me with astral projection, and if you have done it and you experience this, please let me know. Because I know I'm not the only one. A couple people have said it as well. But there was one time I was walking, or I was flying, whatever you want to call it, through my town. And it was like moving on a skateboard, but there was no skateboard. It was such an intense, amazing feeling.
I get that. Like, it's like soaring through the sky. Right. That's why it's scary for me.
Right.
Like, so it's not always that. My sleep astral projection when I'm up in the sky is that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it does feel like you're on a skateboard.
You're not on a skateboard. Right,
you're not on a skateboard. It's fucking cool.
And then another thing.
But it's scary because I'm afraid of falling.
I have actually astral projected, and this is going to sound so crazy. Bitch, we're talking about astral projection. You know we about to sound crazy.
Yeah. So, like
I
guess if you're into judging, you're going to judge us a lot this episode, and or maybe don't listen. I don't know. Like... I'm going to give you some truths.
We're either seriously spiritual or in psychosis.
Yes.
I would say you decide, but don't.
Don't. We don't want to hear it.
Don't burst our bubble.
Yeah.
But one of the
because we might fall out of the sky. Like, don't do it. You don't know what's going on.
There have been times where I astral project and I'm like flying in the sky, but I'm on a broom. And those are my favorite.
That's exciting.
No, I mean it is, but it's not. It is, but it's also scary because it's like, how the fuck do I control this thing? And it's like, I don't have to think about it. I just am. It's just doing
Right. Okay.
You know
So
what I mean?
that is actually, I have realized that is the key to the astral projecting when I don't intend to do it.
Right.
Is that you have to fucking go with the flow.
Yes.
Because the second you try to get in
it
rhythm, it'll fuck everything up.
Yes.
Just like sex.
Exactly. No, seriously. Like. But
if you know, you know.
There have been times where I'm astral projecting and I'm flying on a broom and I'll try to like steer it a certain way and then it like fucks everything up and I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna fall. Whereas if I just go with the flow, it just goes.
Well, see, and that's exactly why I say I'm afraid of falling, right? When I don't think about it, when I just have inherent trust that I'm gonna get back, it's fine. I'm not afraid. I enjoy myself. But when I'm like, what if I can't get back? What if I fall? That's when it's not a fun time anymore. And I think right now, I was today years old when I realized it's because I lose faith in myself when I have those thoughts. Right. And so the power that is allowing me to astral project is starting to falter because I'm fucking failing myself by questioning myself. Holy shit, I was today years old, guys.
So
for you it's a week from today, but you know,
to like share some of my own experiences where I've been conscious about it because I've been
I'm gonna get there.
One of my favorite ones was I lived on a hill and I was going through people's houses. It like while
fucking creeper, Maddie.
I remember in my astral projection dream, I'm like, damn, that's an antique motherfucking like lamp. That is nice. I'm like, in the next house, they got some nice shit in here. I never would have guessed. And I'm like, just digging through people's shit. And then I wonder now as I say that, what if they were up and they were like,
what is going on?
Oh my god, is there a fucking ghost?
But would you have seen them? Would you have felt their presence, do you think?
I think so. I think they must have been asleep because I was just like, I distinctly remember looking through one house and they had a really nice chandelier. And it was just going from house to house, just looking at their shit, which is like, it's silly, it's funny. I take it as practice. And then, I have astral projected where I was sitting on the branch of a tree and I was just, my legs were dangling there and I was just sitting there. And that was it. So
I've been reflecting a lot on astral projection since we had our talk with Kevin from the Rook and Raven.
Check out our previous episodes if you haven't already.
It was it was during maternity leave that was released, and it's a 3-part episode, and one of those parts we talked about astral projection a lot, and he is much more advanced in practice than I'm not going to speak for both of us.
Me as well.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So he's much more advanced in practice than either of us. And so he opened my eyes to some things, right? Okay. So I do have control when I astral project. When I'm doing it into like this other space is what I'm going to choose to call it. I think he referred to it as like a different dimension, but I'm just going to call it like this other space. And it's a place where I have complete control. And I really enjoy that place because I can build it how I want to. And it's my place that I can go to when I am super relaxed and at peace, like I can't just
I never
be
considered that astral projection, but as you say that, I think of the meditations I've done where I've like had conversations with my goddesses and I'm sitting there and I'm in a field with them. Am I astral projecting to talk with them?
And that's where I was going to get, because if time is not real, okay, because here's the thing. I have been reflecting since we've had that talk with Kevin, and I was reflecting on the fact that like if you can astral project to different dimensions and time is like not real, can you astral project to different times? Because like
I totally believe that.
I'm pretty sure that I can astral project to different times because it's not just like So it's not just like a dream, and it's not just like a fantasy, because I am taking myself somewhere else. I'm letting myself go somewhere else, I guess I would say, because I don't have a plan for where I'm going, but I'll wind up in a time that's not now. And there are definitely other people around me, because that's why I asked, like, do you think you'd sense them in the house? Because I sense the other people that I'm interacting with. It's not like a dream. Like in a dream, you kind of know that you're dreaming and these aren't real people you're interacting with and stuff like that. This is different. I can feel person energy. Like I can feel energy coming off of you. I can feel energy from the people that I interact with in other parts of my daily life. It's like being in a different time. Like my body's somewhere else. I have gone to a different time and I'm interacting in this other place. And I also partly wonder, because I do believe it's astral projection, but is it another timeline that I am from?
I don't know, because, I think you can definitely astral project into different times. I definitely think I have astral projected into the Regency period many a times. I think
Flapper. I was strictly talking just now about a bootleg bar. Oh God. God, let me loose in a bootlegger's bar, please. Sorry, but well, I am a flapper at fucking heart.
I was a gentleman's daughter, so
flapper.
But seriously, I have.
The wood alcohol got me.
And I just, it's...
That's not a funny joke, I'm sorry. Prohibition, not funny. Sorry, go ahead.
Speaking of, election.
Damn, you got me. You finally got me. Thank God it was water, not coffee. Oh.
But I definitely think you can. I'm sure that I have multiple times, specifically in the Regency period. I do believe during meditation, I have many a times when I'm having conversations with the goddess. There's three different areas that I go to when I have conversations with the goddess. If I'm trying to discuss the mother aspect of the goddess, I've come to find that I astral project into a forest, and she lives in a hole in the tree.
Oh, nice.
It's like not just a hole in a tree, it's an actual house within a tree. And she's got red hair, and the leaves are green, and she's round and pregnant and wearing a green dress, and she's very hedge witchy.
Yeah.
Whereas if I want to talk to, I guess it doesn't matter. I think it just depends on how she presents herself. And I've gone to the beach before and have had discussions with whom she came to me as Aphrodite, and I love those ones. So I've gone to, one of my favorites is the wheat field or the barley field, and just walking through the barley field.
Now, I don't know about you, but for me, one of the ways that, because like I'm sure some listeners, because I myself, the skeptic inside me, goes, well, how do you know that's not just like your imagination? For me, it is when I literally, like, I am always connected with my body. Like, I can feel every little piece of every single toe at the same time. I know what they feel like. Like, I'm connected with every single cell in my body. When my kidneys are uncomfortable, I know it right away. Like, I'm very, very connected with my physical body, conscientiously. Like, I've had to work at it, and I do it on purpose. But when I can't feel that body, that's how I know I'm not just daydreaming. Does that make sense?
My question is, how do you know daydreaming isn't astral projecting?
Well, and that's kind of the conversation I want to lead into. Like, where do you think the line exists on once? So there's a difference between your mind wandering and out of body experience, right? There is the line, but where do you think that line exists?
I don't know, because I think that many people will daydream in class. Let's say high schoolers daydreaming in class. I think it depends. I think that if they're daydreaming, I'm going to walk down the hall and my crush is going to be like, I love you, and I'm daydreaming a romantic fantasy. That's a daydream. But if you're in the middle of class and you're thinking and suddenly you're at the beach, and you're alone. And it just, I don't know. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I do. Like, and for me, the difference is like, so when I'm astral projecting, I feel the environment I'm in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you hear it. You actually
like
hear
you're
it.
there.
Right.
Versus when I'm daydreaming, like if it's cold where I'm at, my body's cold.
Right.
You know what I
right.
mean? But like I might be daydreaming about the beach, right? Where it's probably not cold. You know what I mean? And it's like, for me, that's where I know. And I'm not saying anybody else, but like, I figure these are questions we have to ask ourselves to definitely make there be a difference between spiritual and spiritual psychosis, right?
Oh God, am I in it?
No. No, I'm just saying like, okay, like viewers, this is an episode where we're going to get crazy, but at the same time, we're getting crazy from a standpoint of, you know, like total reality checks.
Whoa, did I
right?
sound like I was heading that away?
No.
No.
You
gotta tell me.
I am bringing this conversation up for multiple reasons. A, because I want to have the conversation, but B, to let everybody who's listening know that we're not just batshit crazy. We're not just talking about like, oh, I think about the beach and that means I'm astral projecting there. Like, I want them to understand that like we have a conscientious thought process between these different things so that like we don't come off as fucking crazy as maybe we did 5 minutes ago. Does that make sense? Like,
no, but now I'm over here like, wait, am I crazy? You know?
I don't know. Like, for me, it's like, if I can't actually feel this body, but I'm experiencing another thing, I know that my consciousness has left this shell. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like there are, I guess, okay, so this is what I'm trying to say because my brain has finally led me there. I think there are different levels of astral projection, especially as you work into it, because daydreaming is that first level as you let your mind go off, right? Because you can't astral project until you allow your consciousness to make that separation from your physical being. Does that make sense? You know?
Well, my question for you is, do you think astral projecting is dangerous? Or do you think that we are protected?
No, I think you have to do stuff to be protected. Like you have to conscientiously like be like, I cannot be grabbed by a demon right now.
So that brings me to
like,
if you
casting a circle.
No, I totally feel you because I have astral projected in my dream, and I know it was astral projection. Just to be clear, because I was performing magic. I actually remember. I'm gonna close my eyes because it was so beautiful. I don't know where I was, but it was this stream. And it was in a grove, kind of like the grove we went to, and I was beside it.
Oh my God! That was like the next best thing I had.
Thinking about it, like
I know, like my entire
I have
body.
goosebumps thinking about my fucking dream. And I remember being next to the stream, and there was a waterfall, and I was just casting a circle next to the waterfall, next to the stream in the green grass that didn't hurt my feet. And it was the most beautiful astral projection that I've ever done. And again, I have goosebumps just talking about it.
Dude, I didn't do any shivers thinking about that grove. It's like heaven on earth,
it was
guys.
like that. I didn't do any specific spells. I was simply calling a circle to feel the energy, to feel the magic. And it was so intense. No spells, no need for worry, no need to fear anything. There was nothing negative. It was just some amazing, positive, almost fey grove. Yeah. And I will never forget that. I think that's probably my most powerful astral projection dream. Because I do it often, and I have done it many times where it's not as nice and it's pretty scary.
I was going to say, obviously, like, I've talked about it on the show before, and it's the astral projection episode, so my most powerful astral projection experience was when I went to the underworld. Like, I You know, even if it was a banshee scream that spurred it on, right?
Mhm.
I know I astral projected into the underworld. I was there. You know what I mean? Like, I was there. I traveled past souls that whipped past me. Like, you know, in the movies where like something goes really fast and you hear the, sound?
Yeah.
And it's like, it was literally like that as I went past agonized soul after agonized soul as I made my way through the underworld before I finally got to him. And it was like, I was there. Like, I was physically there. Like, my body may as well have been running along with my soul. You know, does that make sense? Like, I was so fucking there. I can still see it. Like,
That was I don't know what night was that? Do you remember? Was it the night of? Because I don't know if you remember, I had messaged you and asked if I could leave coins for Sharon,
sure.
and I wonder if that was I wonder if that was the same day that I did that.
I have no idea.
Maybe not. If it was that night, then surely not.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if the offer of the coins was before or after he was officially declared dead, but I believe it was. I don't remember all of the timeline of events of that.
Surely it was.
Period.
I don't imagine I would leave it without it being.
Well, I mean, he was technically brain dead before he was dead.
Mm-hmm.
If you know, it's one of those things, right? It's like so much is happening and it's all so painful. And like the whole goddamn time, like the day I went to the underworld is also the day I lost my faith in miracles, which was like incredibly painful for me, to be perfectly honest with everyone. I fully believed that, like, oh, there was going to be a miracle and he was going to be okay and he was going to live. And I, not, not a single piece of me believed he was going to be dead. It's not the real world that happens in TV, you know?
I absolutely understand. I completely get it.
Yeah, so when he died, I was like, miracles don't exist. It was one of the most painful days of my entire life. So I don't remember all of the events, but if it was the same day, then yes, it was the same day because that was the night after that we were going to sleep. Like, it was the night of, like, that, you know, we were in the hospital, he was officially dead. We went back to Corey's aunt's house, and, you know, everybody, whatever, I don't know, whatever. And then we went to sleep, and I couldn't go to sleep, and I was just laying there in a house full of people that were all sleeping, and I couldn't be noisy. And if I left the house, like, people would hear me because it's Memphis, so there's iron doors everywhere, and you gotta unlock them with the key, and it's fucking noisy, you know? You just can't fucking get out of the house without making noise. So I was laying there on the fucking pull-out couch, and that's when I did the silent scream, and that's when I opened my eyes, and I was flying through the underworld. I mean, whipping past spirits, like foof, 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 like just straight out, like, just, you know, the thing. Like, I can't make the noise with my mouth, but I hope everybody understands, like, the noise I'm trying to imitate, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like spirit after spirit after spirit, anguished soul, or whatever you want to call it. Was I moving through purgatory? I don't know. I was just going through one anguished person after another who was reaching out to grab me, and I just slid through, and I slipped through, and I slipped through until I was with him, because I was calling for him. That was what I was searching for. And I can still vividly picture the faces. I can still vividly picture his face. But that was obviously the most powerful, the most vivid. I can't say it was the most beautiful, but it's definitely the most powerful astral projection experience I've ever had. And like I said, finding out all that stuff from Kevin opened my eyes on, different ways that I've astral projected, in much more pleasant manners. But the feeling wasn't as intense, so it leaves me questioning sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I do feel like that's a healthy thing, right? Like,
I think so.
When you talk about spiritual psychosis, if you have the ability to question yourself and go, was I, like, it means you're not crazy, right?
Right. We've got to do a whole episode on spiritual psychosis, but the sad thing is, I feel like by the end of it,
we'll be questioning too much.
And then it's like, no, they said. Who's they?
Wait, what? Oh, shit.
Yeah, I think astral projection is definitely one of those that follows into the possibility of spiritual psychosis. I don't feel that way as so much with spell work.
Yeah, no.
But and I think it's also a dangerous thing in the sense that you have to be prepared to do, whether you are or not, the universe does.
Yeah.
And you have to be prepared to do those things. Because if you're not prepared to astral project, I don't want to say a lesser person. I feel like that's disrespectful and hateful. That's not what I mean. But a less prepared person could probably go batshit crazy. I mean...
Well, and I think that's where a less prepared person... Mm-hmm. Now, this is going to open a brand new conversation that I wasn't planning on bringing up, but... My brain said a less prepared person would be the type of person that might not find their way back. Mm-hmm. And do you think, like, maybe, like, do you, okay, so twofold question. Do you think it's possible to astral project and not find your way back to your body? If you do believe that that's possible, do you think that that might be where, people who just die suddenly in their sleep, like, with no explanation, come from, and or people where it's like out of nowhere they're just like they're non-responsive in bed, they're like alive but they're a vegetable, because that does happen, or crazy shit like spontaneous human combustion. Could that be attached to? Because if your body's just sitting there and your soul never comes back, at what point goes, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, I wasn't planning on all these thoughts, they just came.
I'm gonna say before I talk, don't quote me. Disclaimer.
This is just shit that popped in my head, guys.
And I don't mean to offend anybody.
No, this is just thoughts, guys. Like, that's what the show's about. We're exploring ideas.
People who astral project, who are lesser prepared, who maybe see something they're not supposed to see, or that they weren't prepared to see, and somehow find their way back, can come back as a broken person, which could involve, again, psychosis or other mental health issues,
right.
Such
what
as
we think is schizophrenia. Right.
Not,
I don't like.
No,
please
again,
don't
this
misunderstand when I say that. This is like just spiritual conversation. We are not saying mental health issues don't exist. Please don't misunderstand us. It's all conjecture.
Yes,
that's what the show's about. So hopefully you've picked that up. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
People can continue to hear or see things, you know what I mean? Because they don't know how to
shut it off. Mm-hmm. They don't know how to get all the way back.
Yes, all the way back.
In between,
yes. I don't know about the sudden death syndrome, which is happening. It
was just a thought, literally just popped in my head.
For me, I think it's more they would come back. They would be somewhere in between in their body, their brain.
A coma possible, but not necessarily death. But I do like the incorporation of spontaneous human combustion, which would be a fun thing to do an episode on.
The question,
but your soul never comes back, and your body's just like, what do we do? What do we do? And it's like a robot, right? And it just goes.
So the thing is with
Sorry,
the whole...
what do you guys think?
Could you die if you astral project and don't come back? Maybe after a certain amount of time. But that also goes to say, if you believe humans can live and not have souls, then the body surely wouldn't die without a soul. Just because I believe that's a topic we touched.
We did, yeah. Because I said, I believe it's a possibility for all the icky people we have is empty shells. Mm-hmm. But I think that if a body had a soul, that it wouldn't be able to function properly without said soul. Mm-hmm. Like, if you're born an empty shell, you function as an empty shell. Like this, I'm just telling you.
No, I hear you. You.
I totally feel you on the coming back and being like not quite yourself, kind of like Pet Sematary, but not quite.
Right.
Or coming back with like a mental disorder that you didn't
disorders.
have.
There are situations where people just go batshit crazy out of nowhere, and it scares
the fuck out of you. That's your biggest fear.
Right,
yeah,
going just crazy out of nowhere.
Just batshit crazy, and Andrea Yatesing it.
I don't know.
Not belittling what happened.
I don't know who that is.
I'll tell you later.
Can I? I won't read it out. I won't read it out loud.
Okay, it's sad. It's sad. But anyway, and I don't know like exactly what I believe 100%. Although, because like the coma thing totally makes sense to me. The death doesn't make sense to me, but it was just a thought, and I wanted to know what you thought, and I want to know what you guys think too. Because why the fuck not?
The right thing?
No, it's a Yates with a Y.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
But also,
what the fuck, Amber?
That's what I said. You said going fucking crazy. She had religious psychosis.
Oh my god.
She was one of the ladies that had religious psychosis.
I'm about to puke because I read one about this lady who had a religious psychosis and cut her fucking baby's arms off.
Yeah, I've seen that fucking Deadly Women episode.
Ew.
This shit's disgusting. I don't even want to talk about the lady.
I don't even want to have finished this episode. Yeah. I'm like, whoa, too much.
That's why I was like, don't. I'll tell you later. Like, if I say I'll tell you later, there's a reason for it. I know you can't handle it. If you don't know who Andrea Yates is, I'll tell you later.
I can't. I can't handle it. Oh, shit.
Stop reading. But my point is...
just Amber Heard.
Like, yeah.
Oh, thank God. Finally a normal person.
But I do like where my brain went with the spontaneous human combustion and your soul not coming back. I really... Because, I mean, you can't explain spontaneous human combustion
It's so rare. I don't even think it... Does it happen?
I haven't heard about it since the fucking 80s.
Right.
And it drives me crazy. Corey and I were looking up, like, when was the last instance of... Because I was like, you used to hear about this shit all the time in the 80s and the 90s. I remember watching, like, the weird shows about it.
Oh my god, do you know those fucking The Inquirer? Is that what it's called? God.
Well, Unsolved Mysteries definitely, I'm pretty sure, had an episode about it. There's, like, The Unexplained, The National Enquirer. That's what you were saying, was The National Enquirer. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, why did people... spontaneously combust?
Did
and
people
now
really
don't
believe the Inquirer though, the national one?
But like
the Queen is I'm gonna stop there.
Wow.
Oh my god, the Queen's
turn. I know.
No, I forgot. I forgot.
I'm not laughing that the Queen's dead. I'm just laughing that you're like having to...
I forgot. Oh my god, that's...
Because we were just talking about Diana earlier. Because I was saying fuck the paparazzi. Because y'all fucking killed Diana, you assholes. She was the only member of the royal family I gave 2 fucks about.
Man, I really want to watch that show, The Crown. But I don't give a shit about the early age Queen Elizabeth. I just want to see the Diana part.
Yeah, I literally don't care about. Yeah, no, yeah. Diana. I only like Diana. That's all I care about. Diana. 80s, 90s, I guess. Like, I don't know.
No, it's
she was kind of a big deal.
Normal. And they're crazy bitches.
Yeah. But she was so pretty.
Yeah.
She was pretty. And I did at one point have a crush on William. Thank God I never married
oh my
him.
God,
Fucking
William.
no hair.
But I got to say,
God, he was handsome when we were 14, though.
I got to
Like,
say,
I was
think
14
Harry's
too, guys.
super hot.
I had a
think
thing for
he's so
gingers,
hot.
and I do not think Harry's hot. William was the hot brother.
But
William was hot when he had hair.
Harry's at least the one to say, man, fuck you, she's my wife, and that's
He's at
double
least
attractive.
I mean, yes. However, and he's the one that kept his hair.
Yeah.
But, like, his face is too pinched for me.
Oh,
I
you
just,
think so?
yeah, no.
Oh my God, no. I'm over here like, oh, Prince Harry, and then in my head I'm like, baby, no!
Yes! Oh my God.
Two different people.
Yeah. But, like, I did have a thing for gingers. His face, it's not quite my type. Just not quite. He's not ugly. He's just not my type. I definitely had a crush on the older brother until he had no fucking hair.
And became an asshole.
Like, just shave all of it, bitch. Like, come on.
You know what? I think
what the fuck?
the problem with William is he's got his shit messed up, okay? It's not duty, honor, family. It's family, duty, honor. God, watch Game of Thrones. Like,
family, honor, duty.
you think so?
Yeah, my honor comes before my duty because, like, otherwise I'm gonna do some shit for duty that will fuck up my honor. That's my view.
Right, I get that.
Yeah, like, I gotta keep my good name.
What is love but the death of duty and honor?
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. I'm sorry, like you said, what is love? And before you said the rest of it, I was Night at the Roxbury in my head, and yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I just got really annoyed for a second with my husband.
Baby, don't hurt me. I'm sorry, like, I
can't
love
be the
that
only
song.
bitch that be doing that though. Like, oh yeah, I'm fine.
God, he's such a... No. 100%. Astral project just to hit your husband outside the back of the
all
head.
the motherfucking dudes listening to this are gonna be like, I knew it! They do that!
Sorry, ladies. We didn't mean to sell you out.
Or there's gonna be a comment, no, I think you're just in a psychosis.
Somebody else be like, astral project over and kick his ass.
Right.
I mean,
astral project, and it's just like up the top of the head. Can you imagine?
Right? Like, after 5 times, your husband be like, how are you doing that? I know it's you.
I do. For real, though, I don't know your opinion on astral projecting, but every time we be arguing, something happens to this man. Like, either he's like, drops a can of beans on his toes.
No, that's your ancestors. That's
the ancestors. Or like, I don't know, dude, we were arguing and we went outside and we were walking across the way to my grandparents because we used to live next door to them.
Okay.
And he was like, can you let up on the rain? And I shit you not, that thing, it just started pouring. He's like, seriously? I'm like, look, it wasn't me. It was just a happy coincidence.
Right? Like, I'll be like, karma, babe. You don't have any.
It did.
Karma.
It just started straight up
Yeah.
pouring. It was so funny. I'm not saying I did that again. Now I'm worried about, like, being a psychopath. But, like...
No. Little things like that happen all the time. And I'll be like, karma. But also, when I was younger, I was like, I am Sarah, the natural witch. I know you didn't like the craft,
but at what point is it, like, saying, okay, I did that, but then it's also, like...
But I don't believe in coincidence. Look, I always come back to, but I don't believe in coincidence. So, how else do you explain it? I don't know. I guess I'm not crazy.
Thank you.
I don't know.
I like that.
You know what? I keep coming back to it. What do you guys think?
So, have you guys astral projected before?
Yeah.
If you have, let us know about
Tell
the experience.
Us. Yeah.
If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. We are, as of us recording this, we are 20 away from reaching our goal for the end of the year. So yeah, definitely hit that subscribe button.
Fuck yeah, that would be awesome.
And let us know in the comments.
Yeah, we would love to know, because we are genuinely curious. Like, I posed several questions. Answer them if you choose. We would love to know. If you're not watching us on Twitter, you can tell us the answer on, if you're not watching us on Twitter. If you're not watching us on YouTube, you can tell us the answer on Twitter. At Classiest Witches, hashtag Witches Made Me Do It, and confuse the fuck out of the Twitter algorithm. Come on, let's have fun with this shit, yo. Otherwise, like, we'll be in the, you can check all the links in the social links down in the belows if you're watching on YouTube, and in the comments.
Shout out to Melissa.
Yes. So, have a great whatever, and we thank you for coming to sit with us as well.